someone, and this keeps you in your mind the whole life. So all the time you look for higher grades, then you look for a title, then you look for a house, then you look for more and more and more and more, and then with a big bank account, then I'm more wealthier, and then I'm more valuable. That means I have more value because you think you are not worth it at all. And that's the trauma, and that's only a small example, but that's actually the basic of all our behaviors, our program. We were programmed, and then we're acting or we reacting by our program. That you can see also very easy by emotions, because the outside world shows you something, an accident or bad weather or whatever, and you reacting to it. But how you're reacting is your program.
Learn.
What you have learned, for example, bad weather, or you don't like bad weather because you had a bad experience during thunderstorms or whatever, and then you get suddenly fearful or express a little bit stress by only a little bit sound of thunderstorms. So that's that you can understand your program, but you have to observe your programs because you're manifesting how you were programmed. So your idea of hunger or starving is because you were programmed, and what you feel is you think, I'm hungry, I have to eat. That's your program, and then you're eating. But actually the cause, what's actually happening, you have no idea, because hunger means nothing else of a process of detox. That's it. So you fulfill programs, a lot of programs.
All the life. So the way that I am, like I always say, I'm New Yorker, and I have my own little mind that translate things. Like my mom, when I opened my little eyes as a baby, I saw my mom, and she was my God, right? She was the only reference that I have, and she transpassed to me everything that she knows. Another program person, because the grandma did the same to her, and the grandma, and the grandma, and the grandma, and then, but then she transpassed culture, language, beliefs, fears, trauma.
Everything. So of course, two ego minds, the parents, two ego minds create another ego. Two fearful people create another guy or child with fear. So two addicts form another addict. Two egos form another ego, and two poor people create another one poor, and two wealth people wealth. So it's in your program. To be rich or poor, it's only in your program. And to, as you mentioned, obese or thin, it's also only in your program. You're manifesting what you're thinking, even if it's in
the identity, maybe the identity of an obese person.
No, to be obese is because you're in certain moment you want to accumulate something, and mainly it's love, because you think you are lack of love, but you're love, and that's the problem.
And we are.
You try to hold on and to accumulate because you are in a situation that you live that you don't like. So that causes anxiety, to calm anxiety. Then normally you're using food, and then you accumulate. You want to accumulate, but everything that you put in your mouth goes into the toilet. So there is no assimilation of anything what you eat. But of course you form your body. It's the point. By your mind.
That was great. So let's talk about beliefs. And we already know in you that belief is something that they repeat and repeat and repeat, and we believe it. It's in our unconscious mind. And when you wake up in the morning, like I tell you in the 4 class, Lisa wake up and she do the same thing. She walks to the bathroom, wash the teeth, think, this is Lisa, I'm obese, I'm a failure, blah, 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 blah. So you, the robot, is going to do the same thing. That's your belief. And that's why in the program I teach them to, after I went to the retrieve, to observe who is the identity. Who is Lisa? Who is that Lisa that thinks that is obese? What she's doing. And then don't do the same step that you do. So that is belief. We have that clear. So you speak about the danger or the violence of having blind faith without reasoning. And then I quote from page 52, religion is a great tool for keeping the ego alive and being in prison. Do not follow anything or anyone, because the moment you unconsciously give your power or your being to that whatever, deity or whatever, what they're doing, it's authorizing them to absorb your energy or steal your essence. So how can you tell us how those beliefs, so the question will be how a person that has those beliefs already in their conscious mind can start to not believing in them, and how can you do that?
Not stop not believing, because it's difficult because it's in your subconscious mind. But you have to start to question everything. See? Because normally we believe, and then it's our law, that's settled. No, you have to question everything, all your beliefs, and then observe. For example, right now we're talking about food. Then your belief is nutrition. That's the idea that we are taught, and even in school they were telling me the nutrition table or whatever, nonsense at all. But now you're believing it, but you do not question it, and that's the problem. You should observe. You should question me, but also question yourself. But the most people are defending their religion. Without questioning what I'm actually thinking, what I'm actually following, to whom I follow, and what I'm doing. And that's the point. You have to start to question yourself again. Because we were taught through our parents, like food, this is the law and this is it. Then by religion, this is the Bible and this is our law that we have to follow, and so on. But you have to start to question why I'm following, to whom I'm following, and why. Makes that sense? Because you are light being, you're perfect, and normally you follow somebody because you think you are not complete.
Amen.
Yeah. So that you have to observe. No, I'm good, I'm perfect. I have to follow nobody. I have only to follow my heart. But when I follow outside the illusion, then I can't follow my heart, because then I follow the ideas of others. I have to follow myself. The only person, or actually it's not a person, the only being who knows everything, that's you. You as a true soul and a true self knows everything. So why I should follow or listen to somebody? I'm talking to you that you learn not to listen to me. You should listen to yourself. But you're always orientating yourself outside. Always in the illusion. There's the solution, there's the experience. No. You now, with your mind, are illusion. Your idea of yourself is illusion formed by others. And then the illusion in the illusion. Can you make an experience? No. Your true self can make an experience. But your true self needs the power to do its experience. But meanwhile, you are alive. You as ego, you will try to control something and will follow programs. Then you are actually the jail keeper of your soul. You're actually an accomplice of the system. And most people are fighting against the system, but unconsciously they are accomplices. So observe and question everything. That's my answer to it.
Can you tell me the last time, if you want to share it, then, because I've seen it, we've been 10 days in silence, right? But just this retrieve was an example of that, of how trust yourself to create the experience.
Yeah, normally your life is distraction. Always attention to the illusion. Now we can hear what is it?
The mower.
The mower over there. So your attention. Oh, the grass is too long. Now I have to mow my backyard or front yard or whatever. Then you're orientating yourself outside. Always what I have to do. What's the next step, and so on. But in the end, you have to go inside and listen to yourself. What's actually my path? The path I'm now following is the path of others. For example, you're searching your path in books, and in a book is the idea of somebody else, and then you follow the idea of somebody else. In the Bible is, for example, the idea who was writing the Bible. You say, no, that's the words of God and whatever. But in the end, it was also written by somebody. And there he is also implementing his idea of what he received. So in the end, the wisdom is inside you. But when you're always orientating yourself outside, then you will never ever get the true wisdom. So it's very important to remember, knowledge is the enemy of wisdom. Because knowledge is always in your mind, what you accumulate. So the stupidest guy is actually the AI, artificial intelligence, the stupid one, because he's only repeating information, nothing else. He's not feeling, he's not listen to your true consciousness. Of course, everything has a consciousness, but a true consciousness that you should listen to your true consciousness. Therefore, you have to learn to do nothing. That's actually, when we go back to your question, what we do in the retreat, nothing. Nothing, silence, and a fast. By fast, you get clearer in your mind because you detox. By silence, you learn to listen to yourself. And by doing nothing means that you do not distract yourself, because mainly you do distracting. Cell phone, television, even reading a book or whatever you do is distracting yourself. Why? Why are you actually distracting yourself? Because you are unhappy. So you need distraction. Why are so many TV programs? Why are so many amusement parks? Why? Because the most people are unhappy. I would say everybody in this system who lives in the system is unhappy. Because the system is created to keep you unhappy. Because when you are unhappy, then you are a perfect consumer slave. And that you are. You have to consume. Meanwhile, I depend on somebody or something. There is no freedom. Even we are right now in the land of the free. There is no freedom. And the perfect slave is the one who believes he's free. And you think you believe you're free, but you depend on food. You depend on money. And in the end, you're still searching out or looking out for love. Then you're lost.
Yeah.
That you have to understand and observe.
Wow. Powerful. So it's like flowing everything, because my next question is about anxiety, emotion, distractions, and food. In your book, you mentioned that that anxiety caused by being programmed, because we are being who we are not. We are following a character or a personal lie. That distraction lead us to distraction. You mentioned an example from the movie Alike, where this bored father wants to program his child, and just to make him become like him. That's exactly what we do. I have 4 kids. And then into his tedious and terrifying routine of a job, and sending him to school to learn what the state dictates that he should learn, instead of allowing him his creativity, right, and to flourish. So if have anxiety, or another example, I have anxiety, so I eat chocolate or a cake, right? So my question is how the food, ego, from all that explanation, who is the ego, who is the being, and how food is the key factor in making us addicted, distracted, and asleep.
Yeah, a little bit. We were touching it already with talking about
Right.
the ego, that you are programmed, that you fulfill an idea of yourself,
Right.
the idea of the body, that you think you are the body, the one I see in the mirror, that's me, that you believe. But your true self has maybe another path, another learning, but you follow this program. So as I've been saying, you as your ego consciousness and your ego mind, you are actually the jailkeeper of your soul. It's very easy to understand and to observe, and also you not were born as person. Yeah, you formed this personality. You formed to be the one you are right now. All your trauma when it come from nothing. Not from the scripture that were coming step by step. You not were born this way. So everything is here to understand you were programmed. Then you're following a path that's not your path, because inside maybe your soul wants to go left, and you are forced to go right. And then there's a friction inside you, and this causes anxiety. And also you can see it. Who wants to work? Nobody, because it's an obligation, because I depend on money, I depend on food, and when I do something what I don't like to do causes anxiety. There's no escape. So the only escape is to leave work and to be free again. But you are so stuck in the matrix that you have no idea of nothing. So to be free means to understand first your dependency, and also why I'm not in peace. Because when I'm in peace, I need no drug, because food serves you in the end as stimulation. Because when I have anxiety, then I need something to calm down anxiety, and then you need a drug. Somebody is running, do sports. Somebody is opening the fridge. Another one is opening a bottle with alcohol or whatever, and next one goes out and take a smoke. Doesn't matter what drug you use. Important is to know why I'm using that drug. Because it's a stimulation, because I'm in a state of anxiety. And I'm in a state of anxiety because I'm living a life that's not mine. It's actually a program. So I fulfill programs. You can see it as a child. Because as a child you see your parents as boring, because they don't want to live this way. They want to be happy, they want to run around, they want to enjoy everything outside, to touch, to feel, and to experience a different type of experience. That's a experience is a soul. But then you were put or pushed in a direction, and in the movie I like, you can see it in a direction that you actually don't want to go. For example, who wants to go to school? I want to play in school, but in school I will be domesticated. That means I have to sit 6 hours, and I have to watch the board over there, and somebody over there is telling me something. A small side information. For boys below 9, it's impossible to be in school. It's actually torture, because boys or male learn different the first ages. They have to run, they have to move, they have to touch. And when they see only a board over there, it's for them boring. They have no idea. And then you can see it when they have when there is a pause during your classes. Who is screaming and who is running around? It's mainly the boys, because for them it's torture to sit
6
all
hours.
6 hours, that's torture. And of course you were trained by this way to be obedient. And that's double torture. First, you were obligated by your parents to be in school and everything, then in school you say, oh, now we have fun. Who has fun in school? You have to fulfill homework, you have to fulfill certain grades. We want to have fun. There are no grades. We want to have fun. And then you can see that the education system is actually a domesticating system. It domesticates you to be obedient like the system wants you to be. And when you are obligated to do something that you actually do not feel, that causes anxiety. It is very easy to understand, but also we have to understand why we go there, why we are doing something that we actually don't want to do. You can say to your parents, oh, I don't want to go to school. Now I can pull you the gun on your head and say, you have to go. No. But the problem is, because your parents also teaching you, searching for love. That's looking out for attention and so on. And that's the biggest problem of all, because it's the cause of everything. So you're obedient because you want the attention from your parents. But you're looking out for the attention for your parents because your parents are searching for love, and they're teaching you searching for love. It's so simple. So therefore, all your life you're looking for love, for whatever, attention. It's a big package of love. And then you do something what you actually don't want to do. For example, you're in a relation only because you want love. But you see, the relation is toxic, but anyway, you're accepting it. And this acceptance causes again anxiety, and then you need again a drug, whatever, food or whatever image.
Shopping.
Whatever.
Gossiping, judging, yeah. You answer the 3 questions that I had. That was beautiful. Everything is flowing. So I just want to stop in observing versus analyzing. The difference. In the book you talk about learning to observe versus analyze, because in you, we know that I teach you the class number 5 that's how we learn. Like a child, when he touched something that is hot, he knows that that's hot, and then this is cold. So we kind to analyze, right? So can you tell us how the educational system is through teaching us not to analyze versus not to observe versus analyze?
Yeah, because it's very easy to observe by grades. Then you get a higher grade when you repeat the same thing that the teacher was telling you. So it's always comparing. And then the worst thing for women, they compare with others. So in every corner you see a model picture, right, and then you're comparing with yourself. And then of course when you compare, bullying, then you struggle. Because they put you a model in front of you that's nowadays even made by AI. It makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, perfect.
The filters.
The system says perfect. But even when I'm chubby, I can be perfect. But it's only my idea that I'm not perfect. And who tells you that you are not perfect? Again, you're comparing. I'm not perfect. Where starts everything? It's the idea that you're not perfect, but you're perfect. And chubby or thin, it's only the reaction of my thoughts. And that's it. It's very simple to see it and to observe. And the system don't want to be that you're free. So they keep you with anxiety and with false beliefs and with false ideas, and you're following everything, and then you're always in the same state of anxiety. Instead of be a child, be free again, play. And of course you say, okay, I'm here and I have to do some gardening or whatever to take care of it, but then do it with a different attitude. Now, I have to do it. No, play, enjoy. Or today I have to go to work, but with all other intention. You should do what you actually is your gift. Then you can give something to somebody. But when you do it like obligation, then it's business. I give you something, then expecting something, then there is no sharing. It causes it makes no sense. So you should always look out for do something that you actually like to do. Now, most people, I like my work. No, you like the distraction at work, and you like the attention you get by work. And you're completely confused. No, you should observe it this way. You would do everything what you do right now without payment. That's the point. You're doing everything because of money. And most of the time, maybe I'd like to do it 2 or 3 hours. No, you're obligated to do it 8 hours. Who wants to do it 8 hours? Nobody.
Or 10.
Or even more. Yeah. And these situations we are right now living by programming, by formed by others, gives or brings us in the state of anxiety. Then we need a drug, then we need a stimulation actually. For example, stimulation is also YouTube. When I'm with full anxiety, then I go to YouTube and then I'm watching or TikTok or Instagram, whatever, to distract myself. Because I don't want to feel this anxiety. This is actually a feeling of fear, of lack of security. It's actually you always by food you're looking out for the taste of family, because in the family you felt always protected. Therefore you like the morning coffee, therefore like certain tastes that you experienced in your childhood. Yeah.
Wow.
I guess it's more or less answered the question.
Yes, that was so. Not yet. So.
Yeah, then go ahead.
So, because I wanted the interview to be practical and that people use. So, on term of this of observing, we have a lot of participants. Like I told you that they have a lot of children. I have grandbabies that they're small. So things that we can do, for an example, will be periods of stillness with them, no TV, a less hectic life. Sometimes we keep our children so distracted, Boy Scouts, this and soccer and that. So maybe fewer activities, less use of cell phones, contact with nature, or just doing nothing. Teach them. You are their teacher, and I'm doing it. I have my grandbaby once in a week when I can, and it's a challenge, but we've been chased. So do you agree with that? Do you approve that?
Yeah.
Like
again, go back to the to observe and analyzing. So you're comparing all the time yourself. It's analyzing. Comparing is analyzing, but you should observe yourself. That means why I'm obedient. Because of my trauma, because I want to accumulate more love, because I'm thinking I'm a lack of love. That's all. Only to observe without judgment. That's the point. Normally you're analyzing, I have done this and I've done that, and that's bad and that's bad. No, observe without judgment, and that's perfect in this moment, that you accept the situation. And by observing the situation, then I can change the situation only by observing, without forcing, by analyzing and say, I'm too obedient, I have to do a diet and whatever. Then you are forcing yourself to do something that you don't want to do. Causes again more anxiety. It makes absolutely no sense. To understand the cause of the problem, that's actually true meditation. Observe the cause of be obese, and or even the other situation, or that you too thin. Why? Everything as we mentioned, you are manifesting your body. So everything is in your mind. So you have to observe what I'm creating. And that's the point of observation. And that's actually true meditation. observing and go to the cause. That's actually the point. And now the next step, what we should do with our children? Nothing. Let them be free. But of course, as we're saying, two ego form another ego. So when you, as a parent, ambition, you have to do that, and the father or the mother is a sportsman, then of course the children copy them and try to be like them. And that's the problem. Meanwhile, you are unhappy. You form another one unhappy because you taught them to search for love, and so they looking for attention from you, and to get the attention they say, okay, I have to copy them. So they copying you. But when you are confused, two confused people can create another confused one. So that's the responsibility to be a parent. It's a very, very high responsibility parenthood. But the most people mean, I give them a cell phone, I give them money, and send them to school that they take care. No. You have chosen to have a child, so it's your responsibility. And your responsibility is not to make a copy from you, because you are unhappy. You live sadly with anxiety, so you're creating another one with anxiety. So it's very important and very high the responsibility to be a parent. And I guess what we should do first, work with ourselves. Not to try to change something over there. No, that's only a copy of me. It's only a bigger mirror who shows me, oh, when he is with full anxiety, then where it comes from? It comes from me because I'm full of anxiety. So that's the point. You have actually teacher in your home. So observe your teacher. You do not have to watch YouTube or television or search up in a book of a spiritual teacher. No, you have the perfect teacher in front of you. The baby is the biggest teacher, and then after step by step you're forming in something like you, and then of course it's getting less and less and less, and he is adapting to you. But that's actually you are you're the student actually, and the children are the teacher. But no. I know to be unhappy. I will teach you to be unhappy. So please, the child you can still see, full of energy, full of happiness, who's playing. So, and also you can hear it when children were saying, "Oh, you are very boring, mom. Or very boring, dad. Why we can't play? No, why we have to sit? And why we have to eat? I prefer to play instead of to eat. Now, on a certain time, you have to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or in between, whatever they feed you. No, when you observe a child who is playing, there's no ambition, no idea of food. No, I'm happy to play. And that you should do. And that's actually the responsibility. And that's what you have to do with yourself. Be child again. Actually, that's a phrase in the Bible. The only way to go to heaven or come to get to heaven is to be a child again.
Yeah, Jesus said.
Yeah, so start, be a child, and be a good example. Not to be an obedient slave is a good example. No, that's not a good example. To be free, you're a slave, and you want that your children are free. Two slaves form another slave, as I mentioned already. So first you have to work with yourself and then you can be a guide for others.
I'm going to quote Jesus: "Let the children come to me, because who is not like a children will not see the kingdom of God." Yeah. So, love. We finished. Now this is the one that I love. Disease, illness. So we are going to a subject that, as a nurse, it blew my mind. And I want to quote the words from your book. Just look at us. And these are from Michael Elner. Just look at us. Everything is upside down. Doctors destroy health. Lawyers destroy justice. Psychiatrists destroy the mind. Scientifics destroy truth. The mainstream media destroy information. Religion destroys spirituality. And governments destroy freedom. You mentioned something incredible, and I agree with all the ideas because I live them myself. You say that medicine is backwards. You say that medicine, it's all the reference ranges used for medical analysis. And I'm going to explain, because I like to explain things like in rice and beans, like I say. When I say this, like if you have a laboratory blood sample, and you say, okay, the normal CBC is 12.3, right? And that's what we're going to talk about. So that's what I refer when I say medical analysis are based on people who are addicted to food, has not managed their emotion. You say that medicine calls disease is, you say that what medicine calls disease is a detoxification, and it's simple, your body getting rid of all the garbage and toxins that we have put in it. Not only eating, breathing, listening, environment, your family, everything, okay? You also say that the natural state of the body is not to eat. Can you talk about that? I love it.
Yeah, right. The natural state is, it's very easy to observe because meanwhile you are eating, your body is in defense. That means your body is creating antibodies to different the input of substances that your body don't want. So then you can see very easy that nutrition is a myth, and everything that you put in your mouth is actually toxic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a stimulation, but physically talking, it's toxic. Even your body gets rid of it. But when you have more input, then you can get rid of it, then you accumulate it, then you over-intox your body, and over-intox comes to a certain level. Of course, you have to adapt your body at a certain level, but when you're in a certain level and then you over-intox, then you come in a state of hangover. That you over-intox, and then your body is asking for detox. And these symptoms are different. And the name for the symptoms of over-intox, actually doesn't matter if it's cancer, diabetes, or whatever. It's only what something shows you where is the intox. And the most intox is not only by food, it's by mind. For example, diabetes is something very easy to because diabetes do not come because of lack of food. Diabetes is a cause of food. That most people should understand. But of course, physically talking. But of course, the cause, because I'm in a state of diabetes, is because I'm searching out for love, for sweet, and the sweet is mainly the hug of mom. It's the attention of mom. So the problem is in your mind. So you have to physically, to heal yourself, it's very easy. You are fast, change your eating habits, it's very easy. But you also have to get to the cause, as we mentioned before. The cause, the effect. The effect is the illness, but the effect is the illness. But what's the cause of the illness? That's your thoughts. You are searching for love of mom. You want attention and whatever. And food is actually a memory. So mainly you got what do you say? When you behaved proper, then normally you got something sweet from your mom. So therefore, when you're searching out for mom, for love of mom, then you're searching out for something sweet, candy, cake or whatever. And then it's not the cake itself, it's the memory of when you got the first time a cake or a cookie or whatever. And this is the point. Leads us to, when you have more anxiety, then you eat more cookies because you want more love from your mom, and then the problem is there. That's diabetes, but it's very easy curable. Diabetes 2 is very, diabetes 2, I guess it's called diabetes 2, yeah.
Type 2.
Is
I was cured.
only by doing intermittent fasting, changing your eating habits, quick released, very easy. Of course, physically you can change it very easily, but of course you always should pay attention to the cause in combination, because your life that you live right now brings you to this situation, brings you to this illness. So I have also to change my life, because as I mentioned, eating habits, relation habits, that means, oh, I'm actually in a toxic relation, so why I'm still keeping or holding on it, or I'm working a work that makes me all time stress, why I still do this job, why I do not switch to something that I actually like to do. That's everything. It's very easy, because it's cause-effect, nothing else. For this I do not have to study medicine. The medicine, I was in faculties and talking to them. Faculties are only forming salesmen who sales pharmacy. They are actually salesmen for the pharmacy. That's actually a doctor or a physician nowadays. Of course, they have the intention to help, but when I do not understand how illness works, then I'm also only fulfill or repeat what I were taught. So by headache, you have to take aspirin. Instead, take one day a fast and observe why you have headache, and that's it. You do not need any medicine or anything else. It's so easy to cure, and also it's a miracle actually in medicine, that your body tries to balancing itself by its own. That means when you have a overdoses of intox, your body tries to detox, and this is called homeostasis. And homeostasis for medicine is something I do not know where it comes from. Actually, your body is curing itself by its own. There is no need for somebody to cure or a healer or whatever. Of course, you can reach out for somebody who can help you by detoxing. But of course, you have to understand your intox. But the most people like you, what you prefer? Relief instead of change. So you prefer aspirin and look, instead of taking one day in a fast and observe what's the cause of my headache. So it's very easy to heal. You heal yourself very, very easy to understanding intox, detox, cause and effect, nothing else. The name of it doesn't matter, and everything is mainly caused by your mind. As we mentioned right now, diabetes, it's reaching out for love, sweetness from your mom, candy or whatever, and of course in biodeification, they can give you a hint where to look at. So it's easy to cure yourself, and also only you can cure yourself, because you are the cause. How can a physician or a doctor can heal you? He only gives you
reference.
Maybe when you are lucky, then you get somebody who sells you something to detox, but the most substances are stimulants that you do not feel nothing. And by not feeling nothing, you're thinking, I'm good. No, it's only covering the pain and covering everything, and you covering with your constant same habits, everything. You have to change. And it's, I know for the most people, the hard part. Because you're used to the life that you live right now, but the life that you live right now led you or guided you to this situation that you live. So you have to change something. So actually, for the, that's, I mentioned yesterday as well, it's actually stupid. By normally we have it in science when you repeat the experiment over and over again and then expecting a change or a different result, then that's stupid. Then the same is for you. When you have, follow always your same habits, your same life, and expecting a change in your life, that's to be stupid. You have to change your life. Then there comes something different to you, and then you can understand and cure yourself because you are the cause. So it's so simple.
Powerful. So I want to recap a little bit. So your body is incapable of becoming sick. You are the cause of your illness, and you are the one who is going to heal your illness. But in order to do that, you need to change. Remember, there's no way, and Einstein told us that, if the same mentality that caused the problem, it's not gonna resolve the problem. Okay? So let's be there. And then we're gonna mention the book because this full of reference. There is doctors, physicians that they have win Nobel Prizes proving this, that we don't need food, and we're going to mention them at the end. So we already know that distractions and all of them, especially food, have been used as a tool to manipulate human beings using artificial intelligence since the beginning of our experience. And little by little, listen to the world, little by little, they have used us to take our essence, our soul, our energy, that capacity that you, not me, not Markus, not your doctor, have to heal what you cause. Okay? So, Markus, can you tell us a little bit more of that? Of how that little by little, that programmation is not from now, if you feel comfortable. If not, we can jump to another question. How from the beginning of when they teach us to write and read, to now be able to use our cell phones, when they teach us to learn in community and look for the reference. Can you teach it?
I can only invite everybody to observe where everything is starting. And as we mentioned, it's actually by the form of the life of the parents, that parents form you and then you're repeating everything again and then. So we have to change in the beginning actually, change a different attitude of living, because as we were talking, slaves from another slave, and education is a system of domestication and not for be free. So where we should start and where is the exit? That's the most people now. I'm stuck in the matrix. What I should do? The first part you have to learn to do nothing, because now you are worried and you want to control everything. But your true soul, your true consciousness knows everything and knows the perfect path for you. So you only have to hand over the power again to your true self. But now you want the control, and this handing over, this is the difficult part, because this needs confidence, trust in yourself, in your true self. But now you're only trusting in your ego mind and your ego ideas of what others were telling you. No, you have to learn to trust yourself. And to go there is, of course, step by step. And for example, I was suggesting a friend of mine now that she starts to walk. Because she's afraid that some danger can happen or whatever. Then take your backpack and walk only for 1 week, from one place to another place. Short distance means whatever for 1 week. I would say 100 kilometer distance. Mm-hmm. Only to check, to experience something different. Because it's not that you start, oh now I believe this and then I believe that, then I switch the belief. It makes no change or no sense. You have to experience it, and experience that I'm fearful because of my thoughts, and now I'm going to experience that I can let it go. I can trust my true self, and my true self will guide me. And then will guide me maybe only this week of walking, of free walking, of Berrios, I guess it's called. And the next time, give a next step a little bit more confidence, more confident. Now I'm worried I have to work because I need money. And let's see. You will get everything what you need in a made perfect moment. I do not have to have a bank account, a safety, insurance, or whatever that I have only because of fear, of not trusting myself, because yourself will guide you into the perfect condition and the perfect path. So you have to learn to do nothing and to have trust in yourself. So do it step by step. In the end, when you are complete confident, then actually you start to live, because as ego you are a robot. A robot fulfills program, and a robot can't live. It's pretending, or what you thinking is living. It's the idea of living, but this idea of living comes from others. So it's also a program. The true living was in the first years of your life, before ego was starting to take over. Now you're in a control of others. So give it back. Empower yourself again. That means empower your true self, and that's actually true awakening. True awakening means that you are going to sleep, your ego mind. That's awakening. Meanwhile, I'm thinking. Meanwhile, I'm analyzing. I'm still asleep, because the ego is still alive, and the ego wants to control everything. So
responsibility, a big responsibility.
Yeah, but because in the end, what's actually for me much more important is, with your ego mind and with your ego programs, you're not in peace. Because you're constantly looking for food, you're looking for money, you're reaching out for love, and everything what you do is actually not in peace. You should do nothing and be quiet and peace, and then you can do something. But when you need movements, when you need action and occupy yourself all the time, then you're not in peace.
To-do list.
To-do list, exactly. So the only form to help humanity and this world is to be in peace. Because when I'm not in peace outside, the world is the mirror and shows me there's no peace outside. There's in everywhere is war. Why is there war? Because I'm not in peace. So this is the responsibility that we should actually take care, that we are in peace. Then we are creating peace. Now we are not in peace, so we're creating war. Very easy to understand. And so this is actually the responsibility of to be a human. But you can see as an ego always thinks as egoist, as egomaniac, only for the benefit of itself, for me. So you can see it. Everybody's only thinking for itself. Even they're looking out for one enemy over there or there. No, we should understand we are one. So as also in the movie mentioned, it's stupid to be aggressive. it's stupid to make war, and it's stupid to defend your money and your belongings, because we are one. Inside we are one, so we should also learn to be one outside. That everybody can share everything to everybody. There's no money needed. For what? Money is only a tool of control, nothing else. You can see it when you have debts. Then you can see it very easy. All your belongs to a bank, and then you're obligated to pay, and then
it goes
there's no freedom, and there's no nothing. So the big invitation is to be free, and the only possibility to be free is to be in peace with yourself, because then everything out you manifested it. But meanwhile you are fighting against this, then you are fighting actually against yourself. So there inside you is the solution, not outside, and outside is the illusion. Okay? And so I don't know if we wrap it up or...
Yeah, this is the last question, and it's not a question, it's just that I just want to mention that changing the toning, like you start perfect because everything is flowing. Medicine and the challenge that we're facing as a nurse, I see humanity dying younger and younger from cancer, from chronic disease, liver damage, kidneys damage, pancreatic disease, obesity. 7 out of 10, including kids, are obese, meaning that they will have a consequence from that obesity in their life. Medicine faces a tremendous challenge with the decline in life and the increasing numbers of conditions that continue to rise every day. I see it because I work in one of the largest hospitals in Florida. If you had the opportunity, Markus, and this is my last question, which you already do through the platforms that you offer with your 8-day retreats. These platforms are where participants have the blessed or the opportunity for the first time in your life to be in your natural condition of doing nada, nothing. No eat, no drink, no talk, no cell phone, no family, no environment. I'm already a witness. It was not me who had the willpower to be there and heal from cataracts. So first, before with biodecodification that you mentioned and Carl Jung, and 2 physicians, that I cure myself from diabetes. I had a 9.7 A1C and I was 380 pounds. And it's a journey. In the book, he mentioned something that I love. Caminante no hay camino. There's not a journey. You do a journey by walking, by moving. So, and I healed from my cataracts on the first retreat. And the surgery, the insurance will pay $5,000. I didn't pay the $1,000 deductible that I have to pay. And the doctor asked me, what you did? And I was like, I stopped eating. And then he was just like, how many times? And then I told him, no, I stopped eating, but I observe. I have a guide. So, if you have, this is the question, if you have a 26-year-old patient with permanent kidney damage, already receiving dialysis, or maybe someone with a pancreas cancer who legally authorized you as a human being to, he authorized you to accompany him in their self-healing, what will you do for them? I know. Go ahead.
I would do nothing. They have to have the willpower to change. That's the first step. When they have no willpower, then you can't help nobody. He has to understand he is the cause.
But he already signed the contract. He already signed the contract. He told you, I'm here and I will do whatever you tell me.
Of course, I can say everything and he is obedient and it follow my steps, but that makes no sense for me. I'm only give him certain tools. That's fasting, silence, and doing nothing, to observe, to learn to be an observer and get to the cause, as we mentioned. That's for me the easiest part, and it's very quick. Even you have seen it by yourself. Only 8 days is more than enough. I do not have to hold them their hands for their whole life. No. When he gets to the cause of the problem, everything else is easy, because by fasting your body creates stem cells. That means the beginning of everything. So your body is healing itself automatically, physically talking, by fasting. So when he does a 8-day fast, then he can easily see the result, and then he has to continue at least with intermittent fasting, and then the rest is easy. Because physically it's very, very easy to heal yourself. We only have to understand, as I mentioned, the intox, the mind intox. Because nothing falls out of the sky by nothing. There is a cause of it. And the cause, it's me, it's my belief, a belief in my subconscious mind. So I have to observe. That is actually, the 8 days is enough. So when somebody is ill or sick, then he can come, and that's it. But I do not do.
And he don't talk. He's not going to talk.
Also, there is no treatments or everything else, because I only can show them that they are the problem. So only you can heal yourself, not me. I do nothing. I only show you where to look at. That you are the problem, and that you causing it by certain thoughts. That maybe I can give you some hints in which direction to look, but the rest is up to you, because I can't force you to do so. Because inside you, for example, the kidney means still fear, so you're still fearful. So the only suggestion ongoing means walk freely and overcome your fears by experience. Therefore, as I mentioned, the lady, she is fearful that somebody could attack her. So I say, no, do a walk freely and empower yourself with more confidence in yourself. So your body is healing itself. So you have to observe the cause, and this cause of the kidney is mainly fear. Then you have to observe your fears and say, oh, I have fear of nonsense, actually. Because you have fear of delusion, and delusion has only effect on you because you think delusion is real. But when you understand it's only illusion, then it has no effect anymore. For example, the easiest part is darkness. Only by your parents, they thought, oh, in the dark there can be danger, whatever. And you experience one day, take a walk in the dark, and there's no danger. So I was only that danger in my mind, and I fulfilled the program of danger. Then I say, oh, that's nonsense, and then it's gone, and there's no fear anymore. And therefore, you have to observe the cause. It won't go away only by covering it like the 3 monkeys. I don't want to hear, I don't want to talk, and I don't want to see. It can't be covered. And your cover is mainly distraction. But sooner or later it comes to the surface. Sooner or later comes the messenger, as we mentioned. The illness. The illness is the messenger to show you something, that you have to change something. That's it. And I would say in 1 week it's more than enough to see what you have to see. And to see what you normally don't want to see. That's enough.
Good. So, how did you see in your retreats in America the ones who had the, the courage to come, how you see them?
How I see them? There are only a few who are actually willing to change, because the most people here in the US are living in their comfort zone, and they don't want to get out of the comfort. They can see very easy. Now we are outside, but what you prefer? Aircon. Always inside.
My pillow.
And you want my pillows, my mattress, whatever. You prefer your comfort. But when you're in your comfort zone, there is no freedom. Because the comfort zone keeps you in a zone, and a zone is outside is a circle, outside is a fence. Then you're actually jailed. There's no freedom. So you have to go out of this comfort zone. And that I could see very easily. Even they made the experience with me, but they prefer comfort. Comfort is only in your mind, because when you experienced a free walk in the wilderness and sleep in the hotel of 1,000 stars below the sky, it's then the peace what you feel, the freedom what you feel when you're really in yourself. It's
like
a child. Because now even we have all your comfort, you're always in worry to keep this comfort. I want to have my house, I want to keep it, and then you're holding on. And this holding on keeps you in a constant state of anxiety. And then you need constantly a drug. So there is no freedom. With a drug there's no freedom. So that I could observe, and it's the invitation. Freedom is outside the comfort zone, not inside.
So this is the book. When you open the book, I always like to say, because it's so funny, you open it and he tells you close the book and observe yourself. Do not read this book. And then the second page, did you read you make the decision to read it? Okay, so then it's like Matrix. You're going to drink the blue pill. You're going to be awake. The retreats, what is the website? We're going to put it on the bottom of this video. In Bronson, we just did a retreat. I want to start with my husband weekends also, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it's just silence and fasting. It's a place that is very, so if you're interested, just get in touch with, I'm going to put the information too. He has a bunch in 2007. Can I tell him the secret that this is the
There's no
last
secrets.
one? There's no secrets. So in 2028, because Markus, he doesn't want to be programmed by the system, he's not gonna maybe renew his passport. So we're gonna have to, this is me controlling. We're gonna have to visit him wherever mountains he goes, meaning that 27 and the rest of 26 is the last opportunity that you have to enjoy that platform of 8 days. Remember, you are responsible of the things that you do. That's the name of my program, you. I don't know why I put you to my program 5 years ago. Now I know. Now I know. It's us who has to make the change. Us who has the capacity to connect with our being, the universal mind. You can call it God, you can call it Tao, you can call it whatever. That who brought you here. Okay, so please, those 8 days is an experience. If you have cancer, if you have diabetes, if you have depression, if you have any illness, I know that if you believe it, if you have the willingness to say, I'm gonna cure, yes you will. It's like when you cut, you cut yourself, right? That stays open all the time? No. Something That's the universal mind. It's taking care of you. It doesn't stay like that. It closes. It heals. So cancer, and I'm going to stop real fast. Cancer is just calcification. Something calcified small. It was a change in cells. That's also a belief, but that's what happened. It keep dividing the cell in top. It formed something hard. When the doctors open, there is a bump there that they call it a tumor. And the same way it was formed, the same way it can, like a pimple, heal. But it's up to you. Marcus?
It's all actually,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you, and good luck, and enjoy life
Enjoy
like a child again. Be happy. Of course, I know it's difficult,
Be
but
happy.
start at least.
Don't worry. Bye.
Bye.
¿Cuánto estuvimos? Oh, muy bien.
What time?
1 hora y 40 minutos.
What time is it?
12:03.
Oh, perfect. I have the
So take a
next
break.
talk.
It was great. It was great.
That's really great. Nice to hear.
Estaba bueno, ¿verdad que sí?
Sí. Bueno, ahora sí yo me voy.
Árabe español.
¿Cómo?
Árabe español.
¿Cómo dices?
Árabe en español.
Oh.
A ver si tiene algo.